Hole number 1. It's a 390-yard par 4. For the big hitters, guys that hit the ball 290, 300 with their drivers, going to want to use a 3-wood here. Gives you a fat part of the fairway to work with your 3-wood, and it takes out of bounds, out of play for the most part. It's going to give you a nice, easy 140-yard approach shot into this green. Guys that hit the ball 260, drive the ball 260, 270 or less, go ahead and hit your driver here. Again, it's going to give you a nice 140, 150-yard approach shot into this green, which slopes from back to front, be below this pin. Typically, the pin is placed in the back center of this green, so you want to aim right for the center of the green with your approach shot. Looking at number 2, it's a par 5. It is not reachable unless you hit a monster drive, 300-plus yard drive. You won't want to go for this green in 2. So most guys are going to be playing it out here at 260, 270 yards. You're going to take your second layup shot. When you lay up to the right side of this fairway. You want to stay on the right side of this fairway because you want to come in from there. You want to hit your approach shot from the right side because a lot of times the pin is going to be tucked back here, the left side of the green. This green slopes from front to back, and there is a ravine back here. So anything that you hit low, rolling onto this green, is more than likely going to go back here into the ravine, which is a very difficult up and down. Just another reason why going for it in 2 is not the play. You want to take something high, lofting it into this green where you could stick it right next to the pin. It's a birdie hole. Take your birdie, take your par, and move on to number 3. So number 3, short par 4. You're going to be tempted to want to hit your driver on this hole. That is not the play. You'll take your 3-wood. Some guys will hit a 3-iron. Aim for the left side of the fairway. Your target line are these bunkers on the left side of the fairway where you can bounce that ball off of this hill onto the left and let it funnel back to the middle of the fairway. That is the perfect drive. That's the perfect tee shot on number 3. If you hit the middle of the fairway or anything to the right of the fairway, that ball's going to funnel down here to the right side of the fairway or even into the rough where you may be blocked off by this overhanging tree. So stick to the left side of this fairway and give yourself a nice sand wedge or pitching wedge approach shot into this green. And the green slopes from left to right. So you're aiming for the center of the green here. A lot of times the pin will be put back here to the right side of the green where you can hit that ball right to the center of the green and let it funnel to the hole. Number 4, it's a long par 3. The pin will be up on the top tier typically. Sometimes it'll be pushed all the way back. 190 yards, but it's a little bit downhill, and the wind is usually at your back. The danger on this par 3 is long. So if you're back in one of these traps, especially if the pin is pushed back on the green, you're in jail back here. Okay, so aim for the center of the green. Even the front of that top tier is fine. Give yourself a nice uphill putt to this pin. Give yourself an opportunity for birdie. Par is a good score on number 4. Number 5, it's a birdie opportunity. Most guys will take their driver, hit it out here, the center of the fairway. This bunker may come into play. The miss is left. If you're down here, that's perfectly fine. It's an easy approach shot into this green. So get into the center of the fairway. Miss is left. It's a nice short approach shot into this green. The green slopes from back to front and from right to left. So when you, with your approach shot, you should be aiming for this front left part of the green, which will give you uphill putt to a pin, which is usually placed in the center of this green. On the number 6, probably the most difficult hole on the front 9. It's a long par 4. You need to navigate these trees on the left, so if you have a shot shape with your drive of right to left, now's the time to play it. All right. Big hitters, you got a couple of bunkers to worry about here. Shorter hitters, 270 or less, you can hit your drive, and the target line is just to the left of this trap. It'll give you a fairly long approach shot into this green, which slopes from back to front and from right to left. So again, the front left portion of this green is where you want your approach to be to give yourself an uphill putt at this pin. 7 is a short par 3. Short par 3, looking at a pitching wedge or 9-iron for most guys. If the pin's in front or if it's in the middle, go for it. If it's in the back, that's where it can get a little bit tricky, because if you pull something, you're going to get a little distance on there, and it brings out of play into play. So if the pin is back, your play is to the center of the green. Give yourself a nice uphill putt opportunity for birdie. The green significantly slopes from back to front, so you want to be below the hole on number 7. Number 8, par 4, pretty straightforward, fairly short. Big hitters will want to use a 3-wood here. Drivers will get you way down here where it's narrow, where you got to navigate all of these sand traps. It also kind of brings this creek, which is in the right side of the rough, into play. Use your 3-wood. Get yourself down here. You'll still only have 140 yards into this green with your 3-wood. The green slopes from back to front and from right to left. So again, be below the pin here. A lot of guys misjudge the distance on this shot. If you do anything club down, hit it a little bit shorter than you might want to, because I've seen guys back here, and this is jail once again, especially if the pin is in the back part of the green, which a lot of times it is. This green slopes from back to front significantly. Anything past the green is jail. Be below this hole. Number 9, straightforward. Take your driver. Left is the miss. This is a blind drive with a large hill right here. You'll want to take it to the right side of the fairway. There is a hotel in the distance, and the left side of that hotel sign is your El Royale sign, is your target line. So hit that ball right onto the right side of the fairway here, and then let that ball funnel down into the center of the fairway. A good drive will get you 140-yard approach shot into this green, which slopes from right to left and from back to front. So you'll want your approach shot should be right here at the front of this green. It's a little tricky because you have these traps here that are guarding this green. So your approach shot is probably on the right front, which means your putt is going to have a nice little right to left break on it, depending on pin placement, of course.